Hello everyone, this is Denise of Something Beautiful Handcrafts, and I'm starting my spin for Spin-Off Magazine's Cowl Along. So I had intended to spin some white Shetland, and then I could go ahead and dye it in something snazzy because I know everyone loves all the brightly dyed yarns, different textured yarns. But then I decided that I've had this pattern in my Revelry queue for quite some time, and I really want this for myself. I am not a really, big colorful clothing person. And so I would want something myself that was neutral that I could wear with all kinds of outfits. And so I decided what would be best for me is to pick a neutral natural fiber. I know everyone loves color, but I'm pretty sure that if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know how I am as far as my own personal wearing taste. So I decided to use this BFL roving. Let me give you a quick look at it. If you're not familiar, BFL is Blue Faced Leicester. It's a long wool, and I picked this up at Wild and Woolly is the name of the show. It's a fiber show, kind of showcase that's been going on for the past couple years. And this was the last show I went to before the shutdown. Now, this BFL is locally raised and the locally milled. Because I know I say a lot about roving, but I come to find that when roving is locally milled, I tend to like it better, or small mills. Here's my theory, which may or may not be true, is that when you get roving from larger companies, they've gotten this from the wool pool, or they have like big time suppliers. The wool goes to some of the bigger mills, and in order to get the lanolin out and any vegetable matter, it's washed a lot, hot scoured completely in detergents, and it is sometimes carbonized to get rid of the vegetable matter. To me, that produces a wool that no longer has the characteristics of its breed, and it produces a wool that feels to me like it's had all the life scoured out of it. So I prefer not to get commercial roving. That's what I mean when I say commercial roving, like big brand roving. That's just how I feel about wool. I like wool. I like the smell of sheep. I like the feel of lanolin. I like the texture. So I prefer to spin wool. I even prefer to process it myself most of the time because I like wool. Now, that's not everybody's flavor. So if it's not your flavor, I'm not trying to insult you. It's cool. That's just me. Not everybody likes stinky, smelly, greasy wool. Okay, so anyway, a lot of the roving I do get will be local milled wool, and I love it. Now, this long wool BFL is so cool. It's curly state, but it's just cool in general, and it's really cool when it's dyed because it's just like all the other long wools. It produces a really nice jewel toned color. But in this case, I'm going natural. And you know what? I could dye this, over dye it with a little jacquard gray, just to give it some kind of sparkle. I'll consider that. So this is, I don't know what this is actually. Sometimes I look at it and it looks like a brown. Sometimes I look at it and it looks like a gray. But I like it all the same. Now, the pattern waves, ripples, and currents calls for a worsted weight yarn. So let me stop and have a look at this. Now, in the previous videos, I've showed you my spinner's control card. And I caution always that the spinner's control card is an estimate. Okay. It's going to give me a decent estimate on worsted weight yarn. Here's where I caution you, because I do love these estimates. They help. They keep me in line. They help when I am, really practicing for that hand-eye coordination and that muscle memory for specific sizes. You do need to know your wool, because there are certain wools that once they are wet finished, they swell up like 2-3 times what you thought they were going to. So If I were doing Jacob, I would make this even a little thinner than the spinner's control card would call for, because I know Jacob is going to go voom. So that's something like when I weave a Jacob, I know that it's going to fill up, so I can make the set a little looser than maybe, Cheviot would or something like that. I'm just saying as an example. So you do need to consider that when you are spinning. But this is about right for me for what I remember of the BFL. And I think I actually did a separate BFL video for the breed studies. You have to look on the breed study list and see. But I want to say yes, I did. And I want to say that I used raw BFL when I did. That seems about right. Okay, so anyway, here we are. I was wearing a black skirt, and then when I looked into the camera screen, I realized that between the light that was behind me and the black skirt, it was pretty much just absorbing the spinning. So I did restart this video. Hopefully I will have this video up in time for Makers Monday. And I'm not sure if you're watching this, where you're watching this, but I'm trying to make the YouTube videos and the Instagram videos totally separate videos, so that they're going to have different information on them. And I think it's just probably fair to do it that way. I seem to be doing a lot of adjusting today for this thing. That feels a little better. Maybe just a little bit more. Some days it's like that. Some days with the ladybug, I feel like I'm constantly adjusting it. Depending on fiber, air temperature, I don't even know how to explain it. But I feel like that is, some days it's like that. And I just replaced the band on the brake, so that has something else to do with it altogether too. Okay, so pretty much, I'm not going to bore you with watching me spin, because this is only, it was only like 100 and something yards, and worsted weight at that. So this won't take me anything to spin. I'm not going to spin the entire 4 ounces. I don't think I'll need to. Well, actually, it should be a pound, but I'm going to spin about 4 ounces. I don't think I need to spin the entire pound, is what I meant to say. So this is going to be a pretty quick spin. Then I will get on into the knitting. I will put the link to the pattern in the description. It's already on my Instagram page. And if you want to chat about it, you can follow me on Instagram. I am on Instagram daily, generally. Even if I'm not posting daily, I'm checking. And that is the most likely place you're going to find me to chat. So I'm just going to keep that going steady. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a great day.